I don't know if it's just me or am I going crazy, but it hits different when Subaru has that confidence and anger. He's like, look, you little shit. I don't know if you wound it up here because you have no sense of direction, so spit it out, kind of thing. To when he said that to Roy Alford, it actually shocked me, and it was actually great to see Subaru have that anger and confidence. Like, look, listen here, like let's cut the crap and let's get down to business, kind of thing. But let's get down to business and talk about the analysis of episode 4 of season 3 of rezero. So in the beginning of the episode, you have Mimi and Garfield take on two witch cultists, and Mimi is very deadly injured. She's very injured, and Garfield picked her up and went right through the council meeting, interrupting the council meeting with Mimi in his arms and he on his knees. But during the council meeting, they were talking about Stella and how they want the witches' remains, and Capella was on the intercom and making an announcement, calling everybody dead meat and stuff. And Wilhelm said something that's very interesting about a beautiful woman in the Lagunica family, Armada. But there was a lot in the dialogue that was cut out, and you can find that dialogue in Arc 5 chapter 33 in the rezero web novel, talking about constellations and different authorities within all these authorities of Gluttony and Regulus Corneas, and also mentioning constellations with the names of certain Archbishops. I also like how Garfield explained what happened and showing the visuals what happened to Mimi, and I like how Ricardo reassures him like, let's get up and fight. It's okay, we're in debt to you. And shows that corral. And Subaru was like, hey, he smiled and he's like, that's what I'm talking about. But also, I like how Garfield is still getting bothered by Elsa, making him not fight very well and basically making him very vulnerable. And let me just say, the fight scenes versus the witch cult, and we're about to talk about Capella in a minute, but when Julius, with his magic and his fighting style, and Ricardo's fighting style was amazing animation. I really like the character of Ricardo. I think a lot of people will like Ricardo. He is very good, and I think I like Julius way more than Reinhard, guys. I like Reinhard, but I'm starting to really like Reinhard. And mentioning Reinhard, we did have a cameo of him a little bit when he was trying to get Felt, but he was in a do or die kind of situation, like ultimatum decision, when either save Felt from Heinkel's dad or go help the guys. And so that was a big decision, and so that was interesting to see. And I also want to point out, I'm actually starting to like way more visuals of Garfield, focus on him the last couple of episodes, especially from the web novel point of view. But now you see in an animation, I really like what they're going with in Garfield with the Elsa deal, and also the damn tragedy of what's going on with Garfield with Mimi and his mom, and also dealing with Elsa. And I'm really starting to like the character of Garfield. I really like Garfield. I'm not sure why there was so much hate with Garfield. Let me know in the comments why. But now let's talk about Capella. And I really like Capella in the web novel, the light novel of rezero. I love Capella. She is my favorite Archbishop, one of my favorite characters, especially in this arc. I mean, she is unbelievable. She reminds me of Echidna a lot. She reminds me, but a little bit more goofy. And like when Subaru was talking nonsense to her, like, "Hey, what kind of dragon are you?" And she was like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Who the hell are you? Who are you supposed to be?" Kind of like that Conor McGregor kind of moment. I'm like, oh my goodness, what's going on? And I like how Julius did an attack on her and melted her face in a way, but also she regained and like healed herself. And she had that goofy dragon meme face that was actually pretty good. She's not taking nobody seriously, and I like that about her. It's different in the web novel. Now you can really see it, and I think she's one of my favorite. She's gonna be one. I think she's gonna be very likable in this season. One of the best characters of this season, maybe. And I really like her as a character, especially in the web novel, in the light novel. I mean, she was unbelievable, and hope a lot more people hope everybody likes her because she was one of them characters in Arc 5 and Arc 6, the best arcs within the web novel and light novel series is Capella, and the second one probably Reed and Shala. But I also want to point out when Subaru went top of the tower to help fight and get the hostages from Capella and the other Sen Archbishops, here comes Roy Alfred, and Roy's like, he's like, oh, I don't remember you. Don't you have beef with me? And Subaru, before that, he fell and like hurt his right leg when he was carrying Cruz and made a funny face like a Subaru funny face would make, and that's pretty funny. And I really enjoyed that small moment of funniness out of Subaru. But density really picked up when Roy seen him, and I like how Subaru had that confidence when I'm like, you listen here, like cut the crap right now. You tell me what you're doing. And I like how when Subaru was getting heated, there was memory flashbacks of Rim that intensified what's going on here and how important it is with Subaru versus Gluttony. And guys, remember, this is the road. Now this is officially the road to Rim waking up. Not getting her memories back, but the road to waking her up. Because if you have followed the web novel series, Rim has woken up at the end of Arc 6. I think it was chapter 90 around there. But she has woken up at the very end of Arc 6. And this is the road to get to that point. Since Roy Alfred has been animated, and it was going to anyway, I really hope, and I can't wait to see that Reed will come back. Reed, the owner of Van Astria's sword, the dragon sword. I can't wait to see that animation of Reed and how that plays out in the anime. I think everybody's gonna like Reed as well, even though I'm too far ahead of myself with the animation of that character. But overall, it was a great episode. The animation has not dropped down. A lot of people expected to drop down the quality of the animation. No, I don't think the quality of the animation is going to go down, not in this season. But tell me what you think in the comments down below about this episode, and I'll see you in the next ReZero episode.